High Potential Season 2, Episode 8. The One That Got Away, Part 2. Okay, so picture this. You're making out with a ridiculously charming art recovery specialist. Things are getting hot and heavy, and boom, you discover he might be an international art thief with a very suspicious bullet wound. Oh. And there's a mysterious bearded man literally sitting in your friend's back seat asking about your missing ex's backpack. What's up, crime drama lovers? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because we're about to dive deep into High Potential Season 2, Episode 8, the mid-season premiere that we've been waiting 2 whole months for. Today, we're breaking down everything we know about The One That Got Away Part 2, which drops on January 6, 2026. We're talking plot twists, romance gone wrong, mysterious backpacks, and a $20 million Rembrandt painting that's caused more drama than a reality TV reunion special. So grab your detective notebooks, your conspiracy theory red string, and maybe some wine, because Morgan's life is about to get very complicated. Let's get into it. All right, let's rewind to where Episode 7 left us hanging like a thief on a museum skylight. The LAPD team is investigating the theft of a Rembrandt painting worth, wait for it, $20 million. Not pocket change, folks. This isn't someone swiping a candy bar from 7-Eleven. Here's where Morgan's genius brain kicked in during Episode 7. The thief literally walked past multiple expensive paintings that were right there, easy pickings, and went for one specific Rembrandt that was farther away from his entry point. Morgan's like, wait a minute, this isn't about the money. This is personal. And she's absolutely right. Turns out this painting has more family drama than a Thanksgiving dinner. The Wiseman family has been trying to get this painting back, claiming their ancestor bought it in 1932 before it was stolen during World War II. They sued the Foster family, who currently own it, but didn't have enough proof. Classic art world drama mixed with historical tragedy. But here's where it gets juicy. Enter Reese Eastman, played by the absurdly handsome Aidan Turner. He's an art recovery specialist, which is basically a fancy way of saying he finds stolen art for a living. Think Indiana Jones, but with better hair and less snake phobia. The LAPD brings him in to help recover the painting, and he and Morgan? Oh, the chemistry is cooking. They're doing that whole intellectual cat and mouse thing where two smart people are flirting while solving crimes, and it's giving major Thomas Crown Affair vibes, which the showrunner Todd Harthan literally cited as inspiration. You know the game. What did you see? Well, you know. But they're dancing around actually saying it while the sexual tension could power a small city. Now, Episode 8 has to wrap up this art high storyline, and showrunner Harthan promised it won't be a direct pickup from the cliffhanger. He specifically said, I don't love direct pickups, and they've come up with some clever little device to kick off the episode. So Morgan won't just be sitting in that hotel room spiraling about what she discovered. Translation? We're getting thrown into the action in a surprising way. Maybe a time jump? A dream sequence? Morgan already on the run? The possibilities are endless, and I am here for it. Okay, time to talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the bullet scar on Reese Eastman's shoulder. So Morgan and Reese at the bar after a rough day at work. Detective Wagner basically called Morgan out for lying. Things got tense, and she needed to blow off some steam. One thing leads to another, and she ends up back at Reese's place. Romance novel stuff, you know? But then, and this is where Morgan's brain can never just turn off, she notices a scar on his shoulder. Not just any scar. A gunshot wound. The same type of wound that's linked to a failed art robbery in Madrid. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. The charming art recovery guy might actually be an art thief. Talk about a red flag. Though in Morgan's defense, you don't usually check your romantic partner for evidence that they're international criminals before things get spicy. That's not really in the dating handbook. Now, Harthan made it very clear in interviews that just because Reese has a scar doesn't automatically make him guilty. Quote, just cause he has a scar doesn't mean he did it. Which is true. Maybe he got shot while stopping a robbery. Maybe it's a totally unrelated gunshot wound. Maybe he's secretly a retired spy. But let's be real. On a TV show, when you discover your new romantic interest has the exact injury that links him to the crime you're investigating, 9 times out of 10, he's involved somehow. The question is he the bad guy, or is there more to the story? The showrunner also teased that their dynamic gets quite charged in episode 8, with lots of close calls, as they ramp up to revealing who actually stole the painting. So we're getting more of that intense. Are you going to arrest me or kiss me energy? And honestly, I am seated. So there you have it, folks. High Potential Season 2, Episode 8 is shaping up to be an absolute roller coaster. We got art heists, bullet scars, mysterious backpacks, angry bosses, and enough romantic tension to power a soap opera for a year. Do you think Reese is actually the art thief, or is he being framed? Drop your theories below. Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and I love hearing your theories. Seriously, some of you come up with stuff that's better than what's actually on the show. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode breakdown, theory video, or news update. I'll be back after episode 8 airs with a full recap and reaction, so make sure you're subscribed for that. And if you want more crime drama content, check out the playlist in the description where I break down other shows like The Rookie, Abbott Elementary, and Will Trent. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, always check your romantic interest for suspicious scars before things get serious. Morgan learned that the hard way. I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious, stay suspicious, and keep solving mysteries. Who do you think the mystery bearded man is? Is he connected to Roman's disappearance? Or is there an even bigger conspiracy at play? Plus, Harthan mentioned there will be a lot of really close calls as we ramp up and pay off who actually did it. So expect episode 8 to bring the drama. Morgan's going to have to use that 160 IQ to figure out if Reese is playing her or if there's a bigger conspiracy at play. Now let's talk about the other massive cliffhanger from episode 7 that's probably keeping us all up at night. The mystery bearded man in Arthur's backseat. Throughout the episode, Detective Soto was working with Oz and Daphne to examine everything they found in Roman's backpack. For those who need a refresher, Roman is Morgan's ex he's been missing, and finding him has been the central mystery threading through Season 2. In the backpack, they found a photograph of a man they couldn't identify. Just a random bearded guy. No name, no context, just a photo that makes Soto increasingly anxious because who is this dude? Well, guess what? In the final moment of episode 7, that same man appears in the backseat of Arthur's car. You know, Morgan's ex-husband, played by Steve Howey, and asks about Roman's backpack, which Arthur had given to Morgan, which means this mystery man now knows Morgan has it, which means Morgan and her daughter Ava could be in serious danger. The showrunner gave us a few tantalizing hints about this mystery man. Quote, "This is not just a foot soldier. He knows some things and saw some things. So this isn't just random muscle. He's got information, he's got secrets, and he's dangerous." Harthan also said, "I think it's going to be surprising when we catch up to this guy, how we find him, where we find him, and what he has to say." So episode 8 isn't just about resolving the art heist. It's also about catching up with this bearded baddie and finding out what the hell he wants with Roman's backpack. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Harthan teased that this mystery man is going to be our bridge to the next phase of this whole Roman thing, and will introduce us to the world and orbit of a new character that's going to be a really amazing piece of casting. So this guy isn't just a one-off villain. He's going to connect us to someone new, someone important to the Roman mystery, and someone who's apparently being cast right now. Maybe someone from Roman's past? A crime boss? A former partner? The speculation is endless. The real question is, how quickly will Morgan realize Arthur is in danger? And what happens when this mystery man doesn't get what he wants? Because let's be honest, Morgan doesn't strike me as the type to just hand over evidence, even if it means putting herself at risk. We need to talk about Detective Wagner, because he is not happy, people. In episode 7, Wagner discovered that Morgan, Karadec, Soto, and the team had been conducting an off-the-books investigation into Roman's disappearance. And Wagner? He hates being lied to. Like, really hates it. The showrunner said Wagner has really strong opinions when it comes to being lied to, and that he doubles down on this in the back half of the season. So the team now faces a major decision. Do they keep hiding what they're doing from Wagner, or do they come clean and hope he becomes an ally instead of an enemy? This creates such an interesting dynamic because Wagner has been flirty and charming with Morgan all season, but in episode 7, his energy completely shifted. Harthen said, "The juxtaposition between Wagner's usual flirty energy and the energy in this episode is a little jarring. That's why she's spinning out about it, too." So Morgan's dealing with trust issues on multiple fronts. She can't trust Reese because of the scar. She can't trust Wagner because he's upset about the lies. And she can't trust herself because her personal life keeps colliding with her professional life in the messiest ways possible. I love this because it adds real stakes to the investigation. Before, the Roman mystery was this side plot the team was working on together. Now, it could tear them apart, get them fired, or worse, ruin Morgan's credibility at the LAPD, which is the one thing she's been working so hard to build. The team has to play politics now, and Morgan is not good at politics. She's good at solving crimes and making observations that make everyone else feel dumb, navigating office drama, while also solving a $20 million art heist and avoiding a potential international art thief she maybe kind of has feelings for. That's a whole other skill set. All right, let's break down exactly what we can expect when episode 8 drops on January 6, 2026 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC, or 9 p.m. after the time slot change. First, we're getting the resolution to the art heist. Who actually stole the Rembrandt? Is it Reese? Is it someone else using Reese as a patsy? Is there a bigger conspiracy involving the Wiseman and Foster families? All will be revealed, and Harthen promised it will be full of close calls and intense confrontations. Second, Morgan has to deal with the Reese situation. She knows about the scar now. She knows he might be the thief. But she also has feelings for him, and that makes everything complicated. Expect some seriously charged conversations where they're both testing each other, trying to figure out who knows what without actually saying it. Very spy thriller meets romance novel energy. Third, the Mystery Man storyline kicks into high gear. Harthen said episode 8 will show us how we find him, where we find him, and what he has to say, which means we're getting answers. Not all the answers. This is network TV. They love their long game mysteries, but enough to move the Roman plot forward in a major way. Fourth, the Wagner conflict continues to simmer. The team has to decide how to handle his anger about the secret investigation, and that decision will have consequences for the rest of the season. Fifth, expect the episode to end on another cliffhanger or at least a major revelation that sets up the second half of the season. Harthen loves his ellipses. He doesn't like putting periods at the end of sentences, as he said. So don't expect everything tied up in a neat bow. And finally, remember that clever little device Harthen mentioned? The one that kicks off the episode in a surprising way? Keep your eyes peeled for that, because it could completely change how we think about the timeline or Morgan's state of mind. Oh, and one more thing. After episode 8, the show is apparently going to introduce that new character the Mystery Man connects to, which means the Roman mystery is about to expand in a big way. We're not just looking for Roman anymore. We're uncovering whatever conspiracy or criminal world he was tangled up in.